All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to AP Calculus AB. Welcome back to school. Hope you guys had a nice summer break. I'm Mr. Yang, and um, my schedule this year is I get to teach. I'm the only AP Calculus teacher, so I get to teach AB and BC all day. So really excited about that. And I don't have a planning period, but that was the case last year as well. But it'll be a busy year, but I'm looking forward to teaching all these classes. So let me. I'm just going to go through this presentation here. Okay, so first thing I want you guys to do, if you guys can sign up for Remind. So on your phone, this is the code is also on your syllabus. It's also up there on the wall there. So you're going to text to 81010, and the code is at KDB73B. Morning. What's your name?
Jacob.
Jacob. Let me know if you have any trouble joining the class. Okay, next up, I do have this class on Canvas, but I'm going to be doing more updating through my website. So I'm going to be updating every day. I'll be putting the video for the class notes on my website. So I would like for you guys to just be able to go pull up this page so that I know that you know where to get, how to get to my website. So my website is MrYangTeacher.weebly.com. So if you guys can pull that up on your phone, and I just want to kind of walk around and make sure that you guys can see the page that I want you to see. But if you go to that page, it's going to take you to the homepage for the AB Calculus, for my AB Calculus AB teacher page. So this is from last year, so I think some of the dates are a little off, but the first link is class notes and keys and worksheets video. So if you click on that, it'll take you to a page where you can click on specific chapters that you want to, or units that you want to go to. And then the class calendar, it's also in, I'm also, every time I give you a new packet, the calendar is always going to be on the inside page of your cover. What? The link for the syllabus is also there, and then online resources. So on the drop down under Calculus AB. Okay, so on that drop down menu from Calculus AB, you're going to see class notes and video. And I want you guys to see if you can pull up that chapter P page. This first week, we're just going to be doing pre-calc review, and then we're going to start our preview topic next week. So if you guys can Calc AB, class notes and video, and then go to that chapter P page, and it'll look something like this. I think the screenshot was from last year, but so if I can walk around and just have you show me on your phone that you're able to get to this page, then I know that you know where to get all the resources that I'm going to put on my website, at least for this first thing. Okay, so if you guys can, mrjanteacher.weebly.com, Calc AB, and then the chapter P pre-calc page. Let me just see that we can get there. Yeah. And I'll come back. Okay. And then click on the last ones. Chapter. Yeah, fine. Thank you. The comic. Oops, my bad. Today's athletes. So we're, yeah. And I want to highlight a few things from your class syllabus. The grading scale is going to be the same across all of our classes, or all your classes. Major test grade, 55%. Minor quiz grades, 35%. And practice, your homework will be 10% of your grade. All tests and quiz will be closed notes. No final exam this fall semester. And then next semester, we will have a mock practice AP exam that will count as just, there's no final exam category. It'll just count as test grades leading up to your AP exam. But no, there won't be a cumulative final this semester. Homework will be assigned and checked daily. So I'm going to be at the beginning of class walking around and just checking that you have completed your homework. I want you to show your work, show your steps. If there's any corrections, you can show that as well. Every day we will, I will highlight a few homework problems to go over, answer questions, and then we'll start the new lesson. So that's going to be the routine that we're going to go through at the beginning of every class. There's going to be homework starting tonight, but I'm not going to check homework from this Unit P packet until next Monday. Okay, but there's going to be a lot of potentially moving around, schedule change. So I'm not going to do any homework check till next Monday. But after next Monday, it'll be daily homework checks. Your homework assignment will be worth 5 points each, and then any late homework that you show to me, you can still earn majority of your points back. I say 3, but I think I'm going to make it just 4 points. So you can, if you show every homework late, you can still earn 4 out of 5 points. Okay. Cell phones. So today, I want you guys to have your cell phones so you guys, get into the Remind class as well as to be able to get to my website. But starting tomorrow, you're going to be putting your phones up on the wall caddy there. I'm also going to give you a assigned seat starting tomorrow. And if you see at the, so once you find your assigned seats tomorrow, at the upper left corner of your desk, you're going to see a number, and that is where you're going to put your phone. And you're going to put your phone based off of the number on your seat. Okay. Our recovery test up to 75. Morning help sessions. I don't think I'm going to have any help sessions this week, but starting next week, I will announce the help sessions. I'm always going to have help sessions the day of your test or quiz. So that will always be either 7:15 or 7:30 the morning of your test or quiz. So I will make sure to announce it the day, a couple of days before, as well as to send out a text remind to you the day before so that you know exactly that help session is coming up and also the day of your test. Yeah, I'm recording my classes, but I'm also going to be recording the help sessions and upload it to my website. Textbook. Okay, so textbook. I've been printing out necessary pages, especially the exercise pages from the textbook. So I don't think you're going to need a textbook, but this is the 3rd edition. I think they're going to give us the 4th edition, or they want us to use the 4th edition. So that will be coming into the media center probably in the next week or so, or maybe next 2 weeks or so. I told Media Hub, I told Ms. Tess that we are probably to expect like maybe 50 or so students who may want a textbook. So I think the only reason that you may want a textbook is you just want to have a resource to have at home. So if that's the case, I'll let you know when the books are in and you guys can go and check one out. But other than that, I don't think you're going to need a textbook. You're not going to have to bring anything in class. As long as you bring the packet, everything will be in the packet, the exercise pages, the notes, and then I'll have the links to the solutions on my website. All right, student supply, student class supply list, graphing calculator. Most of you guys are coming from AP Pre-Calc, and so I would say that a majority of you probably have a graphing calculator. Raise your hand if you do not have a graphing calculator. So most of you guys do. I do have a couple that you can, 8 or 10 that you can borrow in class in case you forget or if you don't have one. We're not going to use a lot of calculator to begin this semester. Calculator is there's going to be a calculator portion on the AP exam, but it is more like 1/3 of the exam is calculator and 2/3 is non-calculator. So we will get to the calculator portion. I know that one great thing that I've been hearing from AP Calc, Pre-Calc teachers is that you guys already know how to do the majority of what we need to do on the calculator. So I think you guys are coming in with some with a good amount of knowledge of being able to graph, find x-intercept, find max and min. So the majority of the things that you probably already know how to do on the calculator. It's just some of the calculus features, and those are just 1 or 2. So, but we will get to calculator, but probably not for the first month or so. Yeah, 3-ring binder, class folder, printer paper, graph paper. Yeah, anything that you feel like you need is helpful for you to take notes. But I'm also going to give you guided notes through the packet, so you guys can also take notes through that. Textbook, I said 3rd edition, but it's 4th edition. Yeah, you guys don't need it unless you want to have one at home for reference. Okay. Okay, so here's just an idea of what the pacing will be like for this class. The majority of the content is going to be first semester. So we're going to cover through basically like 5 or so units. And then spring semester, we'll spend about the first 2 months going over integration and then differentiation, area involving. We should be done second semester like a week or two before spring break. And so that will give us a good 2 months to do AP exam review. And I think the schedule just came out, so AP exam is going to be that Monday, May 12th, that morning. Okay, AP exam format. This, I believe, is longer than what you experienced on the AP pre-calc exam. So multiple choice, 45 questions, hour and 45 minutes. And then after that, you take the free response portion. There's 6 problems on the free response portion. We're not going to get to a lot of the free response content until second semester. So a lot of the AP Calc exam type questions, we're not going to really dig into in practice until we learn the content in second semester. So just to kind of give you a big overall picture as to what we're going to be doing this semester and next semester. This semester is going to be focused on differential calculus. You may have heard of the word derivatives, and that sounds complicated, but derivatives is just another fancy word for slope. So this whole first semester is all about taking that idea of slope and then building off of that. So the first semester is all about slope, all about derivatives, steepness of a curve at a point. And then the second semester is definite integrals, which describes the net change in one variable over an interval of another. In other words, the net change is related to area. So slope and area are just kind of inverse process of each other. But if you understand, okay, I know what slope is. Okay, so that is what's going to be our focus for first semester. And then second semester, we're going to talk about area, area under a curve, which is very much the inverse process of slope. So that's basically the big picture for our entire year. Slope first semester, area second semester. So when you come in tomorrow, you're going to look for your assigned seats. I'm going to project it on the board so you'll know where your assigned seat is. And then after you find your assigned seats, look on your desk, find your number, and then you can place your phone up on the wall. And we are going to take notes today, and tomorrow we'll just continue our pre-calc notes. I will kind of help pace you so that hopefully you're not waiting till last minute to do all your homework. So each day, the homework is just to complete the pages that we don't finish for that particular day. Okay. Right, so this week is all review from what you've seen from last semester. So we just want to kind of brush up on those, and then really the new topics will start next week. Oh, by the way, we have 3 different bell schedules for this year. So if you look on the wall there, there's A schedule, B schedule, and a C schedule. This week, we're going to follow the C schedule, where homeroom will be after second period. And starting next week, we're going to go between A schedule and B schedule. So A schedule is for Monday and Fridays. And with A schedule, every period will be the same length. There won't be advisement during Monday and Friday, but then Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, your advisement is going to be built into your second period. So your second period is going to be a little longer. And so like the last 30 minutes of your second period will be your advisement. And that's where we're going to do student success skills and things like that. So that's what's new with the bell schedule. Okay. 1 second here. Okay, so if you flip to that first page in your packet, you're going to see the calendar. Today we're going to start packet P, which is just pre-calc topics. And over the course of this week, we're going to just review functions, properties, and their graphs, paragraphs and transformations, review exponential and log functions, and then we'll do some mixed review. There won't be, I'm not going to have an assessment over this unit, over this chapter P unit, but the only grade you're going to get from this unit is just completing and just finishing the pages for homework grade. And then next week, we're going to start limits, and we'll have 3 days of notes. I think we'll be able to finish our notes even pretty early on Wednesday. We'll have basically a day and a half in class to review, and then our first quiz will be next Friday. And then before we get out for Labor Day weekend, we'll be able to finish chapter 1 and have unit 1 limits test. Okay, page 1. Evaluating a function. If I have f of x equals x squared minus 2x plus 5, find the following. F of -2, all we're doing is we're just replacing every x with -2, right? Okay, so try that, see if we can evaluate this function at this point. Excuse me. Hey. Nicole? Thank you. And so all we're doing is we're replacing every x with -2. So if we replace every x with -2, we're going to get -2 quantity squared minus 2 times -2 plus 5. Right, -2 quantity squared is 4. 4 plus 4 is 8. 8 plus 5 is 13. Okay. Easy enough. Now, next one, f of x plus 2. Still want to plug something into the function, but now it's not just a number, right? It's an expression. We can approach it the same way, right? How can we evaluate f of x plus 2? Do what? Replace every x with x plus 2, right? So just like how with number 1, you replace every x with -2. Number 2, you're just taking every x and replacing it with x plus 2. So if it helps, we can do this. Go ahead and have a reserve spot from your function. So wherever there was an x, you're just going to leave an open set of parentheses. And that way you're never going to put the expression in the wrong place, because if you have that reserved space, then you know what's going to go in that space. It's going to be whatever is your argument, right? So f of x plus 2 we're just going to replace every open parentheses that we created with x plus 2. All right, so try that and then see if we can clean everything up, FOIL, expand, and then combine my terms. Okay, here's my intermediate step, replacing every x that was in the function with an x plus 2. And now we're out of function notation. We can now expand everything out. So make sure that we don't expand that incorrectly. We can't just distribute the exponent through, right? We got to write that binomial out twice and actually spend the time to FOIL and expand out. X plus 2 quantity squared is x plus 2 times x plus 2. We FOIL this out, x squared plus 2x plus 2x plus 4. Distribute the negative through, the negative 2 through the parentheses, and then you combine your like terms. Any questions? Now, if you look at number three looks more complicated, but we're not going to do anything different, right? We're just going to identify where the x was. Know that we're going to be replacing the x before it was -2, then it was x plus 2, but now it's going to be x plus h. So it's set up your problem the same way. And if you have these reserve spots, you're never going to put your argument in the wrong spot, because the reserve spot will be obvious. That's something we'll have to go over there. I can try that. So number 3, you're going to have a lot more variables left over. It won't be as clean, but we can still approach it the same way. We can still FOIL and expand just like number 2. X plus h quantity squared, FOIL that out, distribute the -2 through. You're gonna have h's left over, but you can just combine like terms just like how we did with number 2. Okay, any questions? Okay, number 4. We're just using the graph to evaluate the y value. So see if you can try number 4, at least the first few. Anybody still need number 3? Okay, so f of 0 all the way to F3. All these are just finding the Y values. So we just identify the X value and then find the order pair basically. And then the last two are opposites. This is where we know what the Y value is, but where's the X value of where that Y value is going to occur? Try those. Okay, so f of 0. So at 0, the Y value is -4. F of -1. So if we go to -1, the graph is all the way down here. So our best estimation, it's like between -3 and -4. So we just say -3.5. That's the best that we can do based off of what we can observe. F of 2, so is the graph exists at F of 2. At 2, we have two holes there, and neither of these are defined, so we don't see any graph, any point where the graph is defined at when x is 2, so we say undefined. There's no order pair on the graph F of 2. F of 4 is also undefined. F of 4, there's a hole there, but the hole is not defined, so F of -2, we have a hole in the order pair, but we want to pick the closed circle there. So our Y value is down at -2. F of 3 equals 2. The last two, f of x equals 2 and x equals, so we basically are saying, when is the graph showing a Y value of 2? So here's a Y value of 2. I use a dotted line to kind of go through, and you see that Y value of 2 is going to occur when at this point and this point. So there's an order pair at -3, 2, and there's also an order pair at 3, 2. Sorry, -5, 2, and 3. So it's just asking for x values. When the Y value is 2, we have 2 x values, 2 places where the graph is going to have Y value of 2. And Y equals -3. So dotted line here to indicate, so basically wherever the graph crosses or intersects with this dotted line, Y equals -3, we see that we have 2 order pairs there. So looks like it's between integers. So our best estimation, we can just say -1.5 and 1.5. Okay, next up, write the equation of the line that meets the following conditions. Use point slope form. So point slope form looks like this: y minus y sub 1 equals m times x minus x sub 1. There's also slope intercept form, but we're going to really kind of encourage you guys to use point slope form instead of slope intercept form. Not that there's anything wrong with slope intercept form. It's just point slope form is more efficient, it's faster, especially and it's just less room for mistakes. So typically, the problems that we're going to see if we're asking for equation of a tangent line or equation of a line, it's easier to get to point slope form. So we're going to try to encourage us towards using that. Okay, so see if we can put our line into point slope form if our slope is 3 and our order pair is 4, -2. So this is our m value. 4, -2 is our x sub 1, y sub 1. So we can gather that information and leave it in point slope form. Here I combined the two negatives, made it positive. And I just left the parentheses unresolved because we could leave it in this form. Okay, and I'm going to highlight some of these things over the course of the year as well, that AP, on the AP exam, College Board is not going to take off points if you don't simplify. So if you have your answer in unsimplified form, as long as it's correct, you won't ever get points taken off because something is unsimplified. Okay, number 6, same process, right? We have our slope, we have our order pair. Take that information and put create our tangent line, or create our line in point slope form. Okay, check number 6. Okay, number 7, we want the equation of a line that crosses through those 2 points or intersects through those 2 points. Now this one doesn't give us the slope explicitly. So is there a way that we can get to the slope information if we're given 2 points? We do. Yeah, slope formula, right? So change in y over change in x, y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. So we're going to have to build our slope information to get to where we want to be, find our m. But then once we find our slope, which point would you choose to build your equation of the line? Or does it matter? Doesn't matter, right? So you can choose this point or this point. Your equation may look a little different, but if you were to clean it all, both equations up, it'll come out to be the same. So find your slope first, and after that, you can choose either point for your equation. Right? Try 7. Okay, we're going to finish with 8 and 9, so just take a few more minutes. So number 7, our slope is just negative 20 over 7. You can choose either point. I chose 4, negative 8. But if you chose the other order pair, it'll come out to be this. So either would be correct. Eight and 9, you're also writing the equation of tangent line, but now you're pulling information from a graph. So identify your line, figure out the slope of your line. So pick any 2 points on your line and just do rise over run. Okay, so we call this a tangent line because this line is going to skim the surface of the curve at that point. So pick any 2 points on this line and just do slope, rise over run. We can tell that this is a line with a negative slope. So we can just go down 2 over 1, that the slope of the line is negative 2. And then find the order pair at 1. And then once you gather your slope and your points, then you put it into point slope form. Okay, we'll finish up with 9. So just like number 8, you're going to identify the full order pair of the graph at that point. That's going to be your point. And then do rise over run. Pick any 2 points on the line and do rise over run. That's your slope, and then point slope point. Any questions? Okay, so we're going to take it easy this week. I think we're just going to go through this packet this week. So I think we can probably get through most of the packet just by going through it in class. And then I'm going to check this packet next week, and that will give you your first homework grade. If you came in late, if you guys can sign up for Remind. I'm going to send out a text this evening just so that we're connected and that you can see my text through Remind. Okay. All right, thanks everyone. Looking forward to a great year. Again, we're going to follow C schedule this week. Oh, and then the counselor sent out an email saying that if you want to do any schedule change, that do schedule change, pick up a schedule change request form between classes. Today, they're only going to be dealing with holes in your schedule. So if there's a hole in your schedule, you can go see them where that hole occurs. But other than that, if you want to do schedule change or we have questions, pick out a form in the counseling office between.